Morning, Fabian. Nice to see you. If we could just get the latest injury and fitness updates, please.
So we have to start with Sulley. So unfortunately, he will be out for the rest of the season. Hopefully, he will be back for the preseason. Carew is back on the pitch. He trained with the team, so he will be an option for tomorrow. Georgie is doing rehab, so he won't be an option for tomorrow, but hopefully we will see him in this season. And as well, like James Milner, he's back on the pitch, not with the team, but with the rehab coaches. So overall, negative and positive feedbacks about our players.
In terms of Sulley and that injury, is that a recurrence of something that's happened before, or is this a new, different injury?
It's not a new injury. It's just some moments you have to repair something. You have to clean something in the knee. So that's the thing.
How difficult was it to drop Yassin Kabak for the previous match after such a positive performance against West Ham?
Very difficult, and I think it was one of my hardest decisions so far in the season. I had a conversation with him. Of course, he wasn't happy about that, but I didn't expect him to be happy. But in the end, I need to make decisions. That's why I'm here, and I made the decision to go with Carlos and Jack against Newcastle, and then it's about the player, that they react in the right way, that they react in a positive mood after this disappointing feeling for them, and then they show in every training session that they want to start.
It's kind of coming down to the battle for 8th for you and a few other teams. How are you keeping the squad and everyone motivated for these final 3 games?
I think I don't have to motivate them, if I'm honest. So we all say that we want to improve. We are a club. We need to develop the young players. We want to grow as a team. We want to grow as a club. And therefore, we see every game as an opportunity to grow and improve. Every game is an opportunity where we can prove ourselves, that we can compete with every team in the league. And therefore, I hope that we don't need any extra motivation for that. And then our focus is clearly only on the next game. And the next game will be tomorrow against Wolverhampton. They're in a great shape. They play an amazing final part of the season, so it will be a big challenge for us.
You mentioned Wolves there. In terms of the job Vitor Pereira has done, how do you rate it as kind of coach to coach?
Impressive, just impressive. So a clear style of play, very good defensively, controlling the space is quite good, very narrow connections to each other, and also in possession they have a clear formation, so it will be a big challenge, and we try to go for that.
He has a saying that first the points, then the pints, when his team have a successful game. Do you have any sayings that you have for the players, and any way you like to celebrate wins?
Very, very differently. So it depends on the game, it depends on the wins, it depends how we played. So I don't have a clear procedure after the game, how I celebrate the wins or how I behave when we lose a game. So it's very, very different. And
in terms of the key threats Wolves will bring to you tomorrow, are there any that kind of stand out?
Yeah, of course. Like Cunha is a special player for them. I think every game he plays, he's a danger for the opponents. But it's not only Cunha; it's just the whole team, how they play together, how they perform. They have good connections to each other. Aid Nouri with Cunha, then they have a good striker with Larsen. They have Semedo who makes like good crosses. So overall, for me, it's not only a good team; they're also individual players, and we have to stick together. We have to defend as a team. We have to be brave in possession, and then we have a chance.
And just finally from me, I know you were watching Brighton women early this week in the company of the England women's head coach, Serena Wiegman. Did you get a chance to speak to her and share any tactics between yourselves?
She already visited our training ground some weeks before, so I was in touch with her before. And for me, it's always very, very important to learn from these personalities. And she achieved great things for for England, and I'm very happy that she visited the Brighton's game against Arsenal, and we saw a great game, I would say.
Fabian, this week the club hosted the awards for the season. Your first experience of that, a lot of your players were recognised. What did you make of the evening? And obviously Jan-Paul van Hecker and Carlos Baliba in particular got some big awards.
Yeah, so it was a really nice evening, well organized. I think also, especially for our supporters, it's always important that we show that we are very open club, that we want to give them something back for their support the whole season. I think it was important to get in touch with them. So especially I was sitting with the supporters at the table and listen to them and understand their feelings, their emotions, their thoughts about the season. And I think that's for what we are standing as a club, for this togetherness, for this open-minded, for every exchange, and therefore was quite happy to get into this role. And on the other side, I think it's also important that the players get the awards they deserve, but it's always, for me, always a very important thing that they also understand it's always a team thing. So you only achieve individual awards if you achieve something together as a team, if you are successful together as a team, then you can shine as individuals. And that's always important for me, that the player have this understanding. And then on top of that, for me, sometimes I have the feeling that the staff doesn't get rewarded enough. So they do a lot of work in the shadow. And in the end, like the players, of course, they are the most important characters in the club, but they can't perform if they don't have a great staff around them. And I'm very grateful and thankful for having this staff around me, for having the staff around me who put like a lot of effort, a lot of dedication, a lot of passion every day into this club to be successful. And therefore I'm very grateful and thankful, and I think it's also important to mention them.
I know there's another 3 games to go, but was it an opportunity for you to reflect on achievements this season, the progress you've made, but also motivate you to continue to improve?
Yeah, of course you always reflect yourself like regularly during the season, but like I just said, when you get an exchange with the supporters, they're quite honest with you, and that's what I like. They give you critical feedback, positive feedback, and I'm a character who's very open for that, because I'm convinced if everything is only happy clappy, you won't improve. So like you said, there were some great things this season so far. There were some bad things where we have to improve. But overall, it's a club we want to grow together, and we can grow together. And I'm really looking forward to what's next. And the main thing is just that we focus on the last 3 games, that we know we still can achieve something, and that we really focus on the challenge tomorrow against Wolverhampton.
This week, Tom McGill got a new contract at the club. Just tell us a little bit about him. I know he's not necessarily featured for the first team, but his potential and what you see in him and why he's deserved that new contract.
It's very important for us that he extend his contract, because you need, in a goalkeeping team, you need goalkeepers who are the best challenger, who are the best trainer, who really try to compete with the first or with the second goalkeeper and try to make them better. And therefore you need to have the right characters. So if you don't accept your role, you can't be the best challenger. If you try to push for more, then there might get like troubles or too much complaining. But he has a great character. He's a great challenger. He tries to be the best version every day in a training session, tries to improve by his attitude, by his character, the others, and therefore we're really happy to have him.
Are you going to have some difficult decisions to make on goalkeepers going forward? You've got obviously Bart, you've got Jason Steele, Carl Rushworth, there's a few others, James Beadle, Kjell Sherpen. There's I don't know what it is about the water in Sussex, but it seems to be producing some decent goalkeepers.
Yeah, we are lucky to have that situation. And like you said, of course, we have to make decisions. And I just said, therefore, I'm here. So if the right time is there, we will make the decisions. We will talk to the goalkeepers, and hopefully they will be the right ones.
Obviously, you've played Wolves a couple of times. Just thoughts on that game before. Obviously, it's a new manager. How much have Wolves changed since that rather frustrating draw against them at the Amex?
So obviously the players didn't change so much. So of course they had some new signings, but overall the team stays together. So you will face the same individual players, but a different style of play. So that's the thing we have to prepare for. You can prepare our team for the individual duels. You can prepare them for the individual players we will face. But on the other side, I think it's very important to recognize that it's a new game, it's a new style of play, and we can't compare the games we had before with this game tomorrow.